Welcome back to the Scare Value Podcast, Twin Peaks Weeks of Peaks.
Weeks of Peaks. I like it.
Weeks of Peaks with Pete's. We should have a second Pete.
I don't know a second Pete.
Ken did, but everybody who's listened to our awards, our foreign correspondent awards, knows that ended in tragedy.
Pete's don't. I worked at a place once where I came in, and I was the third Pete, so I was the three Pete.
Oh, nice.
And then they were older folks I worked with. Then I became repeat.
Where was this?
It was at Canisius.
Uh-huh.
And then I was just Pete. Just normal Pete.
Is Canisius where you met Bill Fichtner?
It was where I met him.
He was shooting his movie. I looked this up because it came up somewhere, something about meeting Bill Fichtner, and I was like, oh, my friend met Bill Fichtner. So I looked it up. He was directing that movie, too. He wasn't just, like, starring in the movie. So he was really cool with you and patient and nice and kind. And it's like he also had the stress of, like, doing everything on that set. That's incredible when you think about it.
We high-elbowed.
It's kind of incredible to be that cool under that much pressure.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to meet whoever.
I'd be like, who's this amateur arm-looking motherfucker?
He's shorter than me.
That's what I said when I got here today. You called me Rasputin.
You looked like Rasputin. Rah, Rasputin indeed. Because, what was I going to say? Oh, you made me forget. Because there was something about Twin Peaks, and I'm very angry about it, and I'm hoping you'll fix it, because right now, I don't like it, but that's not till episode 6.
Yeah, we're going to get to that today.
Yeah, I know, but I can't. I don't even want to watch the show anymore, because they killed a kid. You don't kill kids, Brian. You didn't even warn me. You didn't even tell me it was coming so I could mentally prepare. It just happened. I was watching them play their little game, and then all of a sudden, I didn't see the tragedy coming at all. It was, you can smile, Rasputin. You can laugh all you want.
Tragedy in Twin Peaks? Who could ever imagine?
It wasn't me. I didn't know.
All right, so Shaggy.
You better fix this, goddammit.
Well, this is our third episode. So we're going to cover episodes 5 and 6 of Twin Peaks: The Return. This is our journey with Pete back to Twin Peaks. Just proof that some ideas aren't perfect.
Oh,
listen, it's been a struggle.
I have listened to what you've said.
Okay.
You said that I took too many notes and I couldn't figure things out by taking notes.
Yes, that's true. No, I thought you drive yourself insane.
So I only watched each episode once and I took 0 notes.
Okay.
And I watched them like a week apart. So when I watched the last one, I didn't remember anybody from the first one.
That was my concern for you on a personal level. Because it will drive, I've been part of this. It will drive you insane to try to solve these things as they're happening in Twin Peaks. You have to just let it happen, and then you can think about it in the abstract and try to zero in on things that you think you might be able to connect to. Trying to piece this together like a puzzle is never going to work. That's just for you on a personal level. For the podcast, look, it's been a struggle. I put up with a lot with you that you can't help, like your face blindness. Or your inability to make new memories and retain them, which makes discussing things with you difficult. But you're used to that in your everyday life, so I try to give you a pass. But this fictional world you've created for yourself to live in, where the rules of Pete overwhelm the rules of the show, has broken me.
What are you talking about?
You spend your whole time looking for a character who's not in the show.
Oh, I fucking found him, too.
Okay. I hope he was the kid, so I never have to hear about him again. All right. Anybody who doesn't, if you somehow are joining this on the third week of doing Twin Peaks: The Return, he thinks that Bill Pullman's character from Lost Highway is face swapping into different characters across, I think, all media at this point, but especially Twin Peaks: The Return.
Oh yeah, and I'll wait till we get there, and I only get one guest per episode.
Yeah,
but I only need one guest for both episodes, so
right.
I'll save it for the end. But I am like 90% sure I know who Bill Pullman is right now in this who he is currently in episodes 5 and 6.
But he wasn't Wally Brando.
No, right? Oh man, Wally fucking Brando, that dude's awesome. That guy rocks.
Episode 5 of Twin Peaks: The Return is a filler episode.
You know what I figured Twin Peaks is? It's not really about Dale Cooper, and it never was.
Correct.
And it's not about Laura Palmer.
Not anymore.
What it's about is it's people who have touched whatever this other parallel, something just not the normal world, like they can go between dimensions. Because we keep meeting all sorts of side characters.
Yes.
And they all are affected in some way by whatever the lodge is, or the planet that the lodge is, or these creatures that exist there. So we're just kind of into Dale Cooper, sort of one of the people who are being, I guess, awoken to this other dimension plane?
We'll see if any of that makes sense when we get there. I think that you're close to something that's accurate about the way this show's structured, because it definitely has more to do with the effects of this Black Lodge on the people around it than it did before. Because in Twin Peaks, the original show, they were discovering anything about this. Now, many more characters interact with it and are connected to it than before.
And it seems like we're getting our scope has widened. It's not just Twin Peaks. We're all over the map.
It's almost never Twin Peaks, in fact.
Yeah, it's right. In fact, we went back to Twin Peaks at one point. I'm like, where the fuck are we?
I like to look at it, as I've said before, as the TV show is Dale Cooper powering Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me is Laura Palmer doing that. And then now no one is powering Twin Peaks.
Except you. Can we do a Be Kind rewind and just get me up to date? It was at first it was just somebody watching a box, and then Dale Cooper escaped.
I think every episode's going to start with this recap. There was a guy watching a box.
There was a guy watching a box. He was watching for Dale Cooper, but he missed him, and Dale Cooper got away. Then evil Dale Cooper, what was his name again?
Mr. C.
Mr. C. He didn't want to go back because he owed people a lot of garbanzo beans.
Garmin Bozia.
And Garmin Bozia. Garmin Bozia. So he was like, I'm not going back. So he had all these plans. So instead of escaping, Cooper went into a body of somebody named Dougie.
A double that was created.
Just to be like an exit route, an escape route, so that Bob didn't have to go back.
So that Cooper had somewhere to go,
but
that wasn't just his old body.
Dougie, yeah, there's also a whole other dimension with people and clocks and channels and such. And everything's electric. That's important. And Dougie has a wife and a kid and a whole life of his own, even though he was probably he was clearly manufactured. But
he was real.
Yeah, but he wasn't real for his age. Like he looks like a 40-year-old guy.
No,
he's
we figured
really
out
only
he was manufactured in 1997.
Okay.
Because there's a side in other media, or maybe this one, where there's nothing on this person existing before 1997.
Okay. So then we left it with... he met his wife, and Dale Cooper's all messed up now. And there's people chasing him, and it's madness. All right, that's what I remember. Did I miss anything?
Nope, that's pretty much everything. Do you remember? And Hawk will find something related to the case that is connected to his heritage,
right?
Which is going to happen in episode 6.
I know, I saw it.
So, do you remember Dougie Jones' wife's name?
Naomi Hotz.
Naomi Hotz, yes. Janie E.
Yeah, right, because he's Dougie E.
That's not how that is. And he's Dougie Fresh. This episode begins with the coroner in Buckhorn, South Dakota, finding a wedding ring in that mysterious body they found that was not belonging to the head they found. And the wedding ring is inscribed, "To Dougie, with love, Janie E."
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that.
I have no idea why this is there.
No,
I've seen the whole show. I have no idea why that wedding ring got there. It might. I'm excited to find out, because I remember seeing it this time and going,
what does that mean?
I feel like I never found out why that ring was in there.
I assumed that was going to get back to the Matthew Lillard case.
The Matthew Lillard case will come back.
Okay, good. Because he was a former Bill Pullman suspect.
See that? No, you don't just get one guess. You get one time to mention it. And that was it for this episode.
One time.
Mr. C is in jail, and he looks in the mirror, and he starts to contort his face and pull on it to see if Bob's still in there. This is some good digital effects, because they can't get the actor back that played Bob. He died a long time ago.
But, so what? That was all CGI then?
It had to be. But it looked good, because it did it so slowly and left it there. And then it also, because of the way Lynch doesn't really care about how good the effects look, it made it look better, because you could almost see the half image laid over it where it doesn't line up right. He's like, that's fine.
Why was he checking to see if Bob was still there?
I don't know.
Because he would know, right?
Because this is a filler episode.
All right.
I would be interested, but they should never do it. Obviously, now that David Lynch is gone, they should never touch this property again. Mark Frost can write a book if he wants to, that people can keep as loosely connected as they want to. I'd be interested in him throwing out more ideas, because I know he talked with Lynch briefly about ideas for the future. Okay. So if he wanted to write those down, go nuts. It's your property too, but don't make it. As far as I'm concerned, directing it is a David Lynch thing. I don't want to see somebody else do that.
We have spinoffs though.
I would be. Mulholland Drive was supposed to be a spinoff. That was supposed to be the story of Audrey Horne going to Hollywood. That's how that project began as genesis.
Oh, See, it'll work.
Yep.
You know who the driver is of that vehicle would be, of that whole franchise.
I don't know. Naomi Watts?
No, it would be Bill Pullman. Come on.
Well, I would be interested in seeing or reading. I wouldn't read it. I'd be interested in someone telling me what they read about what it's like to be Mr. C, because he has all of Cooper's memories, but he has none of his emotions.
Right. Well, because he's Bob, too, right?
He's Bob. That's what I mean. I'd be interested in seeing how they parse out what's going on there. So in that moment that he's looking in the mirror and saying, "Are you still with me?" and then he sees Bob part of him, he's like, "That's good." Is that because sometimes he's having to keep the Cooper parts under control? I don't know. I'd be interested in seeing.
See, yeah, because Cooper's not that Cooper. The parts
Cooper's
that are
not
Cooper,
there,
right?
But all of his memories are, and I don't think you can have someone's memories and not have part of them in you. You know what I mean?
Without that being its own entity in itself.
It's
just
at least something you wrestle with all the time.
Naked, I bet.
That's what you're imagining now. It's like Superman 3 where Superman fights Clark Kent, except it's evil Mr. C and Dale Cooper.
Yes.
But they're naked.
Of course.
Well, we see Mike, who you will not remember, is Bobby's friend from high school.
Mike is Bobby's friend from high school.
He's the one that in Fire Walk with Me, Moira Kelly's like, "I think I'm going to sleep with Mike." And Laura's like,
Oh, yeah.
"That's ridiculous."
That's right.
And it would be ridiculous. Mike has done pretty well for himself. He's got himself a desk job, and he's giving an interview to Steven, who we will learn is Shelley's daughter's husband. And he's played by that creepy guy from Get Out, and the creepy guy from everything that guy's in.
Oh, that was her husband? I thought it was just a boyfriend.
No, she's her husband.
Oh, okay.
And Steven is an asshole and a fuck up and a drug addict and a piece of shit. He's one of those people that, you know what it is? In the original Twin Peaks, there was evil people all over the place. Leo, even Bobby at the beginning, although he wasn't really that. Ben Horn. But they're cartoonishly evil. They're mustache twirling evil. Guys like this, all that comedic part of it's gone. They're just fucking creepy. And I wonder what the point of that was, because it's deliberate that the goofiness is taken out of even the evil people, where now you just see like a bad person, you're like fuck this guy. Well, we'll get to Richard Horn, who runs over that kid. Like, there's no mustache twirling. They're just evil, horrible, horrifying people.
Yeah. And that's back in, now we're in like the real, well, the Twin Peaks of now.
Yes.
With no Dale Cooper, as if what has Twin Peaks been doing for the last 17 years?
25
years.
And apparently getting worse because these people, even one of the cops is a horrible person. That would never happen.
Is that Chad?
Yeah, it would never happen
Chad.
in the original Twin Peaks. Never. Sheriff Truman's wife stops by and she'd be yelling.
What is her deal? She's crazy.
Her entire purpose is just to give you understanding of the Sheriff Truman and how patient he is.
He is very patient.
Yes, and for as much as I don't like Chad, he gets it right where he's like, "I would never stand for this." I'm like, "You're right, Chad, I wouldn't either," because it's out of control.
Do you see how wrong you're on the side of Chad? Chad's wrong. That's showing you that this is a decent person and we can trust him.
No, it's a really effective way to do that.
Against all other training in real life, we're learning that this sheriff is a good guy.
Yeah, and it's a really well-rounded way to do that. You walk away going, "I feel sorry for this guy, but he can handle himself," and that's probably the perfect way to feel about him.
And I feel like he's a bastion of goodness and like the awfulness that is in Twin Peaks.
Yeah, if they had the original actor back to play that Sheriff Truman, they wouldn't need the shorthand to do it, but they needed to throw in something here so you understood that his brother is also a
They're cut
stand-up.
from the same cloth.
Yeah, exactly. Janie E. takes Dougie to work, and there's a beautiful moment where he sees his son looking sad in the car, and he cries. It's beautiful. He has this limited understanding of things, but he still has the Dale Cooper empathy in there.
Yep.
Which goes back to my Mr. C thing. He doesn't have any of that, but he has all the memories. Now this Dougie has no memories, but he has the emotions of them. I think that's the split is interesting.
But whatever was left of Dougie is still in there. So can we assume that Cooper has Dougie's memories now? But he doesn't seem to have them.
Dougie does not have Cooper's memories. That's one of the things. Every time we see Dale Cooper in the lodge, he's never quite like Dale Cooper, is he? He seems like a different, hollower kind of person.
Yes.
That Dale Cooper came out. I don't think he has any memory of who Dale Cooper was, but there's flashes of it that we get.
Yeah, okay, that hangs together.
Those memories are in the other body, and he can't get to that body. That's where the split is. So the reason that Dougie Jones is such an empty vessel is that when you watch Kyle MacLachlan play his character in the Black Lodge, he's not that catatonic, but he is not Dale Cooper. He's like an essence of Dale Cooper.
And you know what's interesting?
Place.
When Dougie Jones was there before he turned into a balloon and then a crystal.
Yes.
He
As you
seemed,
do.
as one does, he seemed to have emotions. He
Yes.
seemed to have feelings, as if that was all of Dougie Jones being taken out. So there literally is just a hollow thing
Yes.
that Cooper has, well, whatever is Cooper is in right now, minus a lot of the emotions. Although they're growing back, it seems.
He gets these flashes where he remembers things, but he can't do anything with them. It's got to be, if there was like a true Dale Cooper inside, it would have to be the most frustrating feeling in the world. But I don't think that there is. That's the point. I don't think that he is cognizant of the fact that he's missing these things.
I don't know, because I haven't seen enough yet. Like,
That's just the
he's
way I've always
getting
read
there.
it, is all those memories are in Mr. C, and he didn't carry them with him into this new body.
oh, okay. See, I think they might be there. There's just
I don't
no
think
way
so.
for him to access them.
Well, clearly that's true. So it can be access, but that's not what's driving this mindless automaton walking around. Not even walking around. He has to get carried around.
He reacts. That's what I like, because his car is still back wherever he left it at the.
Well, not for long. But I'm almost surprised that people don't carry Dougie around from place to place, because it seems like, why didn't he go that far?
It does seem that people are putting up with this, so he couldn't have been that far away from this kind of
Yeah.
behavior.
Well, work is full of more people who just accept that Dougie needs constant help without questioning it. He's lured into an office meeting by coffee, and it's someone else's, and the guy isn't happy, but he tries a different thing, and he's really happy about it. And I was really happy for him, Pete. They really let that whole thing play out. Like, this character doesn't come back into any purpose whatsoever. But he had a whole story where, what about my coffee? And he's like, I got this weird teas. And he's like, I don't like those. All right, let me try it. And he drinks it. And he's like, oh, I was so happy for him.
Is it because you wouldn't try anything new, so you like that's like a breath of fresh air? Maybe. Ooh, see, because I didn't write anything down, I can let the ideas flow. Maybe it's an example of like Twin Peaks itself. The show, everyone was expecting one thing and they wanted one thing. But
There
it's
you
something
go.
new and
I like
different,
it.
and you wouldn't try anything on your own.
I like it. You could take Twin Peaks as a whole as what Dougie's going through. Where are these memories and emotions? They don't seem to be there anymore. But you see flashes of them because they're returning.
But we get to follow Dougie on his adventures.
Oh, it's
like
the Dougie.
Dougie's big day out.
That should be the title of this series.
I'm enjoying
Twin Peaks, Dougie's Big Day Out.
it. I'm really enjoying it.
People, the first watch through, week to week, were losing their minds by the end of this episode because they're like, is this what it's going to be? Just following Dougie fucking Jones? But you come to love him.
You're right. This one has a lot. I guess you would call it the filler episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, he wrote it like a long 18-hour screenplay and figuring out how to cut it up. This feels like the episode where stuff that didn't quite fit into what he wanted to do last episode, this episode, he just threw them all into this episode. That feels like what happened here. I don't think it happens like this again either. This is just like little moments he wanted.
Because six is picking up speed.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's
just
6, 7, and
chugging
8
along.
is a real peak of peaks. I think the ending is a real peak of peaks, and there's so much cool stuff that happens in between those two things. This is the one episode where it's like, it just feels like he scraps. Like he had ideas, and he's like, I'm going to put them all in here.
But occupying a lot of the screen time with Dougie Jones is great.
Well, that's not going to end anytime soon. As I may have teased, that won't until episode 15. There are some words that Dougie just repeats to get through conversations, but there are other words he clearly associates with memories that he can't access. Because someone says agent, and he has this. First of all, Kyle MacLachlan is fucking superior actor. The way he just delivers agent, where he's trying to place what it means.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he packs so much into every single word he manages to spit out.
One of the best line readings ever, just because it's the first time you get a real connection to maybe he's going to start to remember something.
Because you're right. Some of that it's repetition, and he's saying the same words, and then with the same words, he's finding different meaning within it. Like, and then those meanings harken back to Cooper and not
Him saying agent is the first time one of those repeating words connected to something that matters to Dale Cooper and to you, the audience. So when he says it, he gives it this like, I can't do it because I'm not a great actor. I'm a phenomenal actor. He does this thing with his inflection that just sounds so lost but hopeful at the same time, where you're like, oh, he's going to get it. And he will eventually.
because he was an agent.
Because he was an agent.
I gotcha.
Yeah, okay, it didn't work for everybody.
I got there now.
We meet the Mitchum brothers, and they own the casino that Dougie hit 30 jackpots in a row in. And they have 3 girls with them that are exceptionally weird. And some of my favorite characters in this series, to be honest with you.
Do they get to come back?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They become like major parts of the Mitchum brothers storyline. The Mitchum brothers are fascinating. It's Jim Belushi
Which, okay.
and Robert Knepper. who you've seen in everything. He's one of those actors that's in a million things. They're the bad guys, kind of, because they seem like evil crime boss casino owners.
Yeah.
But something cool is going to happen with them over the course of the show that kind of harkens back to what the original Twin Peaks was. Because the more time you spend around a guy like Dougie Jones or Dale Cooper, it just kind of brings out the best parts of you.
It rubs off.
That's always what Dale Cooper's kind of bent. So as Dale Cooper's slowly returning, it's slowly starting to influence the people around him again. It's very in line with what we know of his character.
But didn't they beat the shit out of him?
Well, when we meet him, they're not great.
Right.
And they beat the shit out of the casino manager.
They promote Polka Dot Man.
They promote David Desmelchin. Meanwhile, a neighbor kid is checking out the car Dougie left behind and gets shooed away by carjackers who get blown up by the bomb the hitmen put on the car.
We didn't even talk about that kid last time. And his druggy mom. Like, what? Why
119.
Yeah, why is she sitting there shouting 119? Those aren't numbers I know yet.
Well, 911 is a number, you know.
Well, yeah.
I think she's like alerting danger in her backwards minded way.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
She's all...
That's the best I can do because I don't think they come back.
Oh, because I felt so shitty for that kid, too. That made me feel real bad.
Well, the people trying to kill Dougie aren't great at their jobs. But there's a lot of them.
There are quite a few of them. And we're led
He
to
already
believe...
Mr. Beaned his way out of the one thing.
I think that's his whole role in this, is he's Mr. Bean. He's a Mr. Bean for the modern age, which we've all been waiting for. I haven't seen Rowan Atkinson making any new Mr. Bean movies.
Well, Jade, remember Jade Give 2 Rides?
She did.
She finds the Great Northern key Dougie dropped in her car, which saved his life because he Mr. Beaned out of there.
You got to bend down to pick it up, and the sniper said, "No one in that car."
And he can't manage to. That's the funny payoff to that, is that he did that and he didn't even get it. And she tosses it in a mailbox, which I guess that would work.
Well, I think it said something on the back, right? Like,
I guess,
lost return. I feel like you could do it. One time, I lost my ID and it showed up in the mail. That was it. I don't know. It didn't show up with an envelope or anything. Just in my mailbox one day.
I guess that makes sense. We finally get some time at the Twin Peaks diner, where Shelley is working the counter and Norma's doing paperwork. And we meet Shelley's daughter, Becky, who has a shit husband and is asking her mom for money. And Norma watches as Shelley's kid repeats the same mistakes she watched Shelley make 25 years earlier.
Like mother, like daughter.
Yep.
I don't remember what mistake she made 25
but again,
years earlier.
Even at his worst, Bobby had charisma and likability, where Steven doesn't have any of it. This next generation is worse. I think you can read that very much into this.
He is just, like you said, one of those evils without fun.
Yes.
He's just the low-grade, abusive.
He's a sleazeball.
Yeah.
And Bobby was kind of sleazy, but in that fun way. No, I mean that. I really mean that. Where, you can be nostalgic for Bobby's evil.
Well, weren't drugs more fun back in the 90s?
I can tell you when they were fun.
Was it the 80s?
It was the 80s.
All right, because they were still riding that 80s high in the 90s.
Well, Becky drives away with Steven and they do drugs. And I feel bad for her, but she's obviously making terrible choices
Was
on her
Shelley
own.
doing drugs with Bobby?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty positive.
I don't remember.
She was also cheating on her husband.
She's
married to Leo.
husband. I forgot all about Leo.
Yeah. Everyone, it was all soap opera. And now it's not a soap opera. Now it's a horror movie.
No, and that theme song annoys me now.
The Twin Peaks?
Yeah. I've decided it annoys me because it doesn't fit.
Well, yeah, I think you're right. It doesn't actually fit what's happening here. It should be like a Perfect Strangers style Dougie's Big Day Out theme song. We'll get to writing that.
All right.
Dr. Jacoby starts up his weird talk show. He calls himself Dr. Amp, and he's a propaganda-spewing conspiracy theorist huckster trying to fire people up so he can move fake gold shovels to his followers.
Why was there a reason why it had to be gold? I felt like there was, and I don't remember it, though.
I don't remember it either.
Too bad. It's important.
Jerry Horn's a viewer. So is Nadine. You remember Nadine married to Big Ed with their eye patch?
Oh, yep.
Shovel yourself out of the shit for $29.99, which I can't imagine is a big profit margin on both a shovel, which probably costs, even in 2017, more than $30, and gold paint.
I don't know what the shovel market is lately, but I know that
It has to be more than 30.
I don't know what shovels cost.
Those are not cheap shovels.
Paint is more expensive than you think, too.
Yeah.
A can of spray paint set me back quite a bit.
I had someone come dig up something at my house flour embedded, and they left their shovel, and it's really big and expensive. And I called them and I was like, "You left your shovel here." They never came back. That was like a year ago. So I have this shovel if you want it.
I might. That's a fancy shovel.
It's a tall one too, so it makes some of the work easier for a bigger guy.
It might be worth $30 or more.
I think it's actually a really nice shovel.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it's been sitting out in front of my house. No, it's been sitting out in front of my house for a year. I just thought maybe he'd come back one day. He never did.
Maybe if you spray it gold.
Shovel myself out of the shit. Ernie Hudson shows up as a colonel in the military, and he's told about another hit on fingerprints of Major Garland Briggs in South Dakota. Because I tell you this every time. Major Garland Briggs was a major character in Twin Peaks, a major character. He's friends with Dale Cooper. He knows a lot more about the lodge than everybody else, and he's Bobby Briggs' father, who told him that one day he'd see him grow up to be, he's seen visions of him growing up to be a great man, which Bobby Briggs actually does manage to do.
Yeah, so far he's the cop, right?
Yes.
And
don't hold that against him.
The head of the father is in outer space.
Yes, saying Blue Rose. And the body of the father has Dougie and Janie E's ring in it. They just don't know that yet. Briggs has been dead for a long time. It's not like he just died and his body went
And
there.
the body was fresh in the morgue.
He's been dead so long that he died, I think. Bobby says that the last person to see his father alive was Dale Cooper.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know from that timeline if that means from when he last saw him in the show and then we never saw Garland Briggs again. That's possible. But I think that's right. I mean, it could be that he saw Evil Cooper, but I don't think so. I think that he's been disappeared for 25 years.
Yeah, but dead probably.
Which makes probably that conversation he had with Bobby about his future the last time he saw him, which makes it even more impactful, which is probably how he managed to pull off turning his life around fully.
Good for Bobby.
Bobby is the success story.
Not like
Twin
these
Peaks.
new kids.
No, he's the real success story of Twin Peaks. Well, this hasn't come up yet, but it will. Bobby Briggs is the father of Shelley's daughter, Amanda Seyfried. So
what?
So she's repeating the mistakes with a much worse version of Bobby Briggs.
I take it back. The theme music does fit. This still is a soap opera.
Well, they were together the whole time in the first 2 seasons of the show.
Yeah, I know, but she was married.
Well, Leo went into a coma for a long time.
A likely excuse.
And then probably died in the second season finale.
That's what I say anytime I want to get out of doing something. I go, I'm in a coma again, kitty, and then I go lay down.
Well, another musical act plays at the Roadhouse, but instead of going right to credits, we're introduced to Richard Horn.
Yeah, that was weird.
Though not by name yet. You don't know, they haven't told you who he is yet. He's a particularly detestable person even for Twin Peaks, even for this version of Twin Peaks. He gets into it with someone who works there, pays off the crooked deputy, Chad, and assaults a girl who shows the slightest interest in him within the first few minutes of meeting him. This is economical assholishness.
Yeah, who is this guy again?
He's Richard Horn.
Okay.
Who will turn, well, they haven't told you that yet, but he's Richard Horn, the son of Audrey Horn, and mystery father.
Okay, he's a mystery father. So he's just hanging around. I haven't met him before, though.
Speaking of mystery, Mr. C finally gets his phone call. He's a creepy motherfucker, this Kyle MacLachlan playing this character. He didn't even get an Emmy nomination for playing at least 3 characters in this thing. It's unbelievable he didn't get an Emmy nomination.
Right, but he gets to go use his phone call, and he can affect all the electronics, and no one can listen to him.
Well, first, he tells the warden, he's like, who should I call? Should I call Mr. Strawberry? And the guy's like starts to freak out and clearly intimidates him. He knows he's watching him. And because if you remember when David Lynch left their jail when he visited last episode, he said, it's like, you make sure you give him his private phone call and you tell me everything they talk about.
Yeah.
It's a great line. The phone call sets off every light and alarm in the prison. This dude, I love Mr. C. Suddenly we cut to Argentina, which, by the way, is the last known whereabouts of Philip Jeffries. And an interface of some kind we saw earlier in the episode flashes and then disappears.
The weird beeper thing.
Meanwhile, poor Dougie stands by a statue outside his office as night falls, not knowing where to go or how to get there as the credits roll.
His wife dropped him off. What was her plan on him getting home again?
I don't know. Maybe she thought his car was at work.
Oh, because she doesn't know where the car is. It's blown up. That's where the car is.
Well, this episode was in memory of Marv Rosend, who played the cook in the R&R Diner. And he died before this came out, but he was real excited to tell his family, look, you're gonna get to see me again. He wouldn't even tell them what he was shooting.
Okay.
So then they were watching it, and he popped up very briefly, and they were like, oh, that's amazing.
All right. So that was that.
Filler episode.
The next one starts with Dougie still standing around.
How's he going to get anywhere?
Right, exactly, which makes sense. And there's a guard asking him, like, hey, buddy, you can't hang out here.
What I wrote here is Dougie is still at the statue, trying to figure out how a coat works. A cop helps him get home.
I mean, I think it was just a security guard.
It might be, but I feel like his jurisdiction ends long before he got them home.
But it seems as if a lot of people go out of their way to not only tolerate Dougie, they help him. They help him go through.
Is this white privilege?
What kind of hooker gives a guy a ride?
2 rides.
2 rides. He says that in this episode to Naomi Hotz.
Especially because everything we know about the actual Dougie Jones they would know is he's a degenerate gambler. He's probably not a great father and husband. Oh, we know he's not. He's cheating on his wife.
Right. Which makes
Is it cheating if you pay for it?
That works on a lot of different levels, too.
Right. Janie E. be yelling at poor Dougie about Jade. And he says, Jade, give 2 rides. And she has the best reaction. She gets this angry, frumpy face like, I bet she did. It's so fucking great. She's so great.
And she knows more. Naomi Watts, like, there's something going on more. She's not just the wife of a degenerate gambler. She seems to have secret knowledge of some kind or her own agenda.
This is maybe my favorite Janie E. episode because of the scene that's coming up. But
all right, you want to go through an order? Let's go. What happened after you see Dougie get home? Red door. What does the red door mean? There's always the red door. It's important, right?
Yeah, it's important that it's the only way he knows how to get home.
Yeah, but I mean in like the context, the red lot, the red room.
No, just red door. Then the phone rings and Janie E. makes an appointment to meet with the bookies that Dougie owes money to.
She gives him a stern talking to first, though. Quite the tongue lashing.
I bet she did. She'd give 2 rides. He's a smile on his face when he says it.
Because he remembered.
But he also didn't have the sex with her.
No, he doesn't. That's not the context. He was happy because he remembered the name and the 2 rides.
And his friend. Mike is able to contact Dougie from the Red Room and tell him that he has to wake up. Of course, Dougie understands none of this. This is where I think a lot of people's frustration came from, is every time there's a little connection to Dale Cooper's old life, Dougie just blankly stares at it because it's not in there.
But we know that already.
But it's going to go on for a long time.
What episode are we in?
This is episode 5.
And the Weird Machine
you got
universe.
10 more of these.
There was episode 15, he comes back. So One Arm Mike is there shouting. He shouted, you have to remember who you are? Or something.
You have to wake up.
You have to wake up and don't die.
Don't die.
Those were the 2 things that he kept shouting at him.
Yes, because the real Dale will go away if Dougie Jones dies.
And it seems
there's
like
people trying to kill Dougie Jones.
Right. We don't know why yet.
And there'll be more people trying to kill Dougie Jones before this is over.
Yeah, I'm wondering if his wife hired a hitman.
No.
Okay.
But the Mitchum brothers are not going to be happy with him either. So there's a lot of bad people that are looking for Dougie Jones. And as we see in this episode, is about what's about to happen. He's about to uncover accidentally a plot going on with Tom Sizemore in his office.
Yes.
And Tom Sizemore's going to want to get him killed. So Dougie starts working on, I'm going to put in quotations, working on the pile of case files that he was sent home with. And the magic of the Red Room lights a path for him to do what seems to be random doodles, but actually points the way to corruption occurring at work. He's drawing ladders and stairs and scratching things out.
And then a slide, it looks like, too.
Later, when we get to the scene of his boss looking at him, he's just like, this is nonsense. And he gets to like the 8th one. They do this 8 times. And the 8th one, he's like, very interesting, Dougie. And I'm like, what?
He found something. And what did
found the pattern.
What did Dougie tell him? Like, figure out.
Yeah.
Figure out.
Meanwhile, Albert arrives at a bar looking for Gordon, and he had discussed finding. It's pouring rain. He says, fuck you, Gene Kelly, motherfucker.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I wish in some ways that had been his last line, because it's a perfect way to go out for the Albert character.
No, but he meets Diane.
Inside the bar, he finds who he's been looking for, and the 26-year mystery is answered as we meet the woman Cooper is always recording messages for, Diane, played by Laura Dern.
Yeah.
This is another one of those great one-word acting performances, this time from Miguel Ferrer, because he comes in the rain, he's all angry, upset with the rain, and he sees her, and he just lets all of his, quietly just like, Diane. And it's like this great, perfect moment that doesn't overdo anything, because you've been waiting forever to even find out if this character's real.
And it wasn't. It was Laura Dern this whole time.
I love that performance of that. Another 2 great one-word performances in these episodes already.
They've got it. They do a good job. Didn't you say that's what he does? That's what fucking Lynch really, that's his directing style. It's just talk at each other. And eventually, I'll find the one I like.
Yeah, I thought he nailed that moment. It's a big moment in Twin Peaks lore.
That's right. I don't remember if I ever found out, and clearly I didn't, but that's a mystery. Is he just talking to a tape recorder?
People have assumed she's real since the deleted scenes of Fire Walk with Me, because she's not, you don't see her, but he pokes his head into a room and talks directly to somebody he calls Diane. So, but that also wasn't canon because it was cut.
Right.
So people have debated that for a long time, but now we know that she's not only real, she's fucking Laura Dern.
That's awesome. I like Laura Dern a lot, so I know that she's going to bring...
Oh, yeah, she's great.
She's going to bring something. Diane isn't somebody who is just sitting on the sidelines.
No, she's a major character. Yeah.
Another major, you say.
Major Diane. Back in Twin Peaks, we learned that Shelley's new man, Red, Balthazar Getty, is a drug dealer, and he sends Richard Horne on a mission, but if only it was that simple. He flips a coin, and it sticks in the air, and then he says some cryptic stuff. If I ever solve anything about Twin Peaks, it will not be this moment.
Are you kidding me? You can't solve that one?
What, the coin staying, flipping in the air?
Yeah.
No, I can't.
All right. Really? This whole thing? You haven't figured it out? This is the part that made the most sense to me.
This is the one I spent 6 months on.
This is the one that's the easiest. This right here. First off, who's Balthazar Getty? We've already seen this face before.
I've seen his face before as Pete in Lost Highway.
That's right. And we know who he sounded a hell of a lot like, and he talked like Bill Pullman in Lost Highway.
So this time you think it's Balthazar Getty?
Yes, 100%.
It's not a bad theory if it was going to be somebody. Honestly.
This is like right now because he's got magic powers. He's got the beyond powers. He makes a coin hover in the air, appear in the mouth.
This is something you thought Bill Pullman could do?
Well, he's learned. How many? It's been 20.
See, it's another off-screen.
It's been 25 years, Brian.
Do you want to go back to when I said you make up these rules that apply that nobody else knows?
But it's only logical because we've seen in Twin Peaks that time has moved on. We know that things have been happening. And Bill Pullman, oh man, Balthazar Getty talked a lot. Like just his mannerisms, the way he was sitting, everything seemed to be like, act as if you're Bill Pullman in Lost Highway.
Ask what you remember about Bill Pullman's character in Lost Highway. Because now he's a powerful drug dealer. But he was a saxophone player being cucked by his wife.
And that made
he's this?
That made him... Did you see how angry he got at the end of Lost Highway? What happened?
I saw what happened. We disagree on what we saw.
Right. Well, if we take my version of it, which is the correct version, or no, you're right. You could look at it a lot of different ways, but that explains this whole scene in episode 6 with Balthazar Getty. He is Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman has taken a dark path on the Lost Highway. He's only out for himself now.
Do you think there's light paths on the Lost Highway?
I think there could be. Mike seems to be trying, right? He cut off his little arm that turned into a tree.
Mike's never been on the Lost Highway.
See, I guess I just consider
he's a lodge monster.
You don't think they're all kind of the same thing?
No.
No? Ooh, all right. I didn't think about that.
I don't think Bill Pullman's a lodge monster, no. I think he's a impotent man who murdered his wife. and then died in an electric chair. I think it's shockingly straightforward that you can't get it.
But it's not. He's just turned a corner. He's become very selfish and self-absorbed, and he only cares about himself.
That's
and a
possible.
Good time.
A part of his character traits from the beginning. But drug empire, not buying it.
Well, it's magic drugs. He's
learned magic off screen too.
Yeah, well, he's on the Lost Highway. And you assume there's some kind of like...
You can't just say that as like a catch-all to explain everything.
I guess you can.
Like it snowed in August. Well, it's the Lost Highway.
It is, though. We don't understand. That's the beauty of it. We don't understand the rules. We just know they're different. They're different than ours.
I feel like it's just a highway.
But it goes places. It takes you to like the lodge. It takes you to, I don't know, wherever the hell he gets that magic drug that makes your brain sparkle. And then he's decided he's going to sell it here on this particular Earth, the Twin Peaks Earth, because, you got to have that inter-highway market going.
Well, now we see Carl Rodd, played by Harry Dean Stanton, reprising his role from Fire Walk with Me as the owner of the Fat Trout Trailer Park. But
he seemed sad.
But I need a map. Like I usually need for the Friday 13th movies.
All right. What kind
this
of
trailer park had to have moved. But not just the trailer park.
The telephone pole?
The telephone pole had to have moved too. Because the Fat Trout Trailer Park, which I'm not saying a trailer park can't move, it can, was not
in the name.
It was not that close to Twin Peaks. It wasn't that far from Twin Peaks. It was down the river. Because that's where they find the first body, and it's the same water they put Laura Palmer's body in. But it's far enough away that he can't just like walk outside and see the person who was just in the Twin Peaks diner.
Well, but he was driving for a while, right?
He did drive for a while, I guess. I don't know. I need to understand how this pole moved. Although the pole is on the Lost Highway itself. It's moving where it needs to move. We see that poll a lot.
Do we? Interesting.
Well, after a brief cutaway to the R&R diner, where we see the giggling waitress from the original series. I don't know if you remember this. This is a great little thing. She's late to work because she's fucking her husband. And then they repeat this joke in another episode, like the same. And there's no reason for it. They just do it again. And I was like, that's hilarious. They just did the same thing twice.
Well, isn't that like a real, that's how things are. It's the same joke over and over. When you go to work, you say the same damn things.
But it's silly in a way that the show, even the silliness of the show is a little weirder. This is weirder than that. Because they like the actors knew they were just like they went on set and said, we don't have a scene for this. Just do that scene again from like 3 episodes ago. And they just did it again. And they're all cracking up the whole time. I thought it was great. It's so cool to see little characters like that were in that one note, just back giggling in the...
It adds to that sense of continuity or continuity or however you want to pronounce it.
I don't want to pronounce it because I get it wrong a lot.
I say both of them.
That's the word I struggle with the most. I know it's continuity, but
Nah, I don't like that. It doesn't feel right.
No, it doesn't. We cut back to Richard Horn barreling down the street in a truck.
No!
As Kyle Rod sits on a bench smoking a cigarette. A mother and son play in the park before Richard decides to blow past traffic on the wrong side of the road as the kid crosses the street, pulling a full Pet Cemetery on him.
That sucked.
Richard keeps driving and yells at the kid for being in the way. The customer we just saw at the diner spots Horn driving away and he takes note of it. The mother holds her dead son in the street as Carl watches his energy ascend into the sky. He goes to the road to comfort the woman as townsfolk look on. This all happens by pole 6 and the hum of electricity. Previously seen at the Fat Trout and Fire Walk with Me, but that trailer park and the pole have to have moved.
Now, follow me here. I don't know that sold that color that came off the kid as it was floating up into the sky. I think it went into the electric lines.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And that's why it showed that transformer, too. Maybe
Yeah, sure.
it's getting collected, or it's being transformed into a different level.
Would you think that maybe some of that's pain and suffering going on there?
The goddamn garbanzo beans.
Garmin Bosia.
Garmin Bosia.
Which is also yellow.
Motherfucker, so this is manufactured, so they can fix it. Dale Cooper can fix it. He can bring the kid back to life.
Okay.
Because he can find the energy.
No.
No? Then you fix it. Why do I want to keep watching this?
I'll rewind it. He's still alive. Ike the Spike, a little hitman, receives orders to kill Dougie Jones and a woman from his office.
Is that because I kept trying to figure out who she was? Like, do I know her from somewhere?
No, I don't know what she has to do with anything.
Okay.
After enjoying watching the elevator door open and close several times, I kind of would like to be Dougie. Dougie finally is helped into his boss's office. At first, the boss thinks he's looking at nonsense scribbles, but then he sees a pattern. He thanks Dougie and tells him to keep this information to himself as if he's capable of explaining any of it.
The best person to keep a secret is Dougie.
Dougie, of course, has no idea what he's talking about and can't even shake his hand correctly. One of my favorite Kyle MacLachlan acting moments where he puts his right hand out to shake his hand. So he turns and puts his right hand out too. And he's just like, Dougie, you're a weird guy.
You're an interesting fellow. Hey, do you remember, I think it was episode 5 when Dougie had to go through the revolving door and just kept going through it? Yeah. I did that on vacation last week, and my kids just stared at me.
Yeah, your kids don't think you're funny.
It was pretty funny, though.
Then we get this amazing scene where Janie E goes to pay off the men Dougie owes money to. This is a tour de force acting performance from the great Naomi Hotz.
She tears it up.
She goes off on these. You know she's a mom because she'd be yelling.
You notice she treats Dougie more like a child than a...
How would you treat him any other way?
But she fucked him to have a kid, right?
Yes, but that was the different Dougie.
But do we know? All right.
She takes total control of the situation, and she gives them $25,000. They owe 60. 52 because of the VIG, as they call it in our business.
And I think that means interest.
I think so too. She gives them 25 and points out that that's 25% interest. It's better than anyone gets. And then she scolds them for making the world worse and trying to take advantage of people. And they just stand there and take it. And then when she walks away, she's like, that's a hell of a woman. It's one of my favorite scenes in any media because she just storms in, eats them alive, and walks off. And she wins. She gets it.
Her message is a good one, too.
This doesn't come back. They're like, fair enough. They accept her terms.
Of course they did.
They didn't even negotiate the terms. She gave them the terms, and they're like, I guess that's good enough.
How do you fight against that?
No. You don't want to mess with her.
No,
she's incredible.
You just get overwhelmed and say, okay, here we are. But she's right. We're talking about all the evil, right, that's all around in the Twin Peaks and how things are worse. And even the bad guys are just bad guys now and not fun bad guys.
Yeah, Janie E's chaotic good.
Yeah, she came up there. I still don't know what she is. But
no, she's good.
You say that now. She knows something. She knows something more.
She knows something about.
I don't know what
she
it
doesn't
is.
know. I'm gonna not spoil anything, but I'm gonna tell you this. She doesn't know anything, but she is unwittingly connected to a bigger piece of this, but not in a way that is anything that she's done or anything that she's knowledgeable of or anything that she's actively doing.
Right. She's tied. She got other ties, but
she does, but they're not ties that connect to her actions or who
they don't
she
control
is.
her behaviors
No,
or anything?
it has nothing to do with anything she's doing
All
or
right.
anything.
All right.
It's just that she does have a tie to something coming up into it.
So that means she's just coming out there going, motherfucker, stop being evil.
She's just being awesome. She's just being like the best wife ever. Cleaning up her husband's fucking debts after he told her he fucked him.
You know why I think that she knew
Prostitute.
something or whatever? Right, because she was just so accepting of that. I mean, she wasn't accepting, but it was almost like a sitcom-y kind of accepting or whatever.
Yeah. Naomi Watts is
The performance,
fucking great in this. She should have gotten an Emmy for that scene.
maybe it's too because you never know what's going on. So where she's coming from emotionally and how she's acting, I can't figure it out because
Her place is, what's funny about it is by the end you do. Her place is just, I really am disgusted by you people trying to take advantage of somebody like that.
of everywhere. Is she
200%
That's just what
interest.
she is.
It's like the bank won't give you 25. I'm giving you 25 and this is a fair deal. And then, she has tons more money.
Yeah,
Because he got like $480,000.
Right.
She's giving them 25. She could have just given them all the money and it wouldn't even have noticed.
And see, apparently she's not doing it for some secret reasons
No,
that I don't know about.
No.
This is just what is right in the world.
No, she's a really good person who had kind of a louse for a husband that's now a catatonic husband.
Sounds like somebody who needs to team up with Dale Cooper when he figures his shit out again.
Ike shows up at the office and Ice picks the woman he was sent to kill to death and the woman who witnesses it. But he bends his pick and he's sad. And just like the guy getting his tea, I felt sad for him. It's his identity.
But he was sitting in a room when we first meet him when he gets the contract, and he was rolling dice and recording the results. Just that's all he was doing in this book. It seems like he sat there, he had eaten food, he had some scotch or something, and he was just rolling the dice. I don't know what that means. He's got ties to the nethers.
Okay. It just seems like they gave him an idiosyncratic thing to do.
Being a weirdly short person with a ice pick, and he murders people all the time with it.
Yeah, you need a hobby. That's his job.
That's not a weird enough thing.
No,
I
that's
think-
his job.
I think the rolling the numbers has something to do with the Black Lodge or the Lost Highway or something.
Well, we're back with Pete's favorite character, Richard Horn, as he pulls over, angry at the truck for having little boy blood and brains on it.
God damn it.
So he cleans it off. Somehow this was worse to me than running over the kid.
I hate this fucking guy so fucking much.
That he got out and was like swearing at the kid for having his brains all over his truck and having to clean it.
This is everything I hate about this show is the sadness. I don't like the sadness. I want to watch Dougie Jones. Dougie Jones, who doesn't even know his name is Jones, and he has to be referred to as Dougie before he'll even acknowledge you.
No,
You say
he's
Jones,
heard Dougie Jones and he said Dougie Jones.
but his bosses comes like Jones,
Yeah,
Jones,
that's true.
and then Dougie's looking behind like someone behind me named Jones. Stupid Dougie.
Then we get to the first real payoff of something in Twin Peaks: The Return. As Deputy Hawk drops an Indian head nickel, something related to his heritage, in the bathroom, and it rolls into a stall. And he notices the door in the stall also has Native American symbol on it, and that the frame is bent. So he pulls it apart and discovers 2 missing pages from Laura Palmer's journal.
But what's on the pages?
We're going to get to that.
What's on the page?
Something I want to point out. There are 3 missing pages from Laura Palmer's journal.
How many did he find in the door?
2. So there's 1 missing page.
That was my next question.
Yes, I know. There's 1 last missing page, and we'll see if that comes back
I hope it does.
in an unexpected way
I
as
thought
Twin Peaks rolls on.
I thought it was cool the way his heritage came back. It was not what I expected. Him to be crawling around the bathroom floor, and it's like, huh?
That was the stall that Leland could have stashed them in 25 years earlier, because Bob took those pages.
Oh, that's right, from Firewalk.
Yes. So when you go back to when he was arrested, brought in when they were going to arrest him, but under the guys that they arrested Ben Horn, he could have easily stashed those pages in there. So that explains how they got there, who took them, why they're there. And now we have, for the first time, a connection back to Laura Palmer.
Ooh.
2 pages.
This is exciting times we live in.
Sheriff Truman's wife returns to yell some more, and then Chad is a dick about it, but I kind of agree with him.
Fuck Chad and fuck you.
Another officer says she wasn't always like that, but has been since their son committed suicide, to which Chad becomes a bigger dick about it. At this point, I was not on his side.
Okay, because that's what I'm remembering. He doubles down on his dickishness.
Back at the Roadhouse, another band plays us off to an eventful and exciting episode 6.
There is so much going on that I don't understand. Don't forget too, because there's that guy who's in the Las Vegas suite, and he's a secretary or something, and there was like that seal, there was an envelope on his desk, like his screen turned red, and then he had to like pull out the envelope and put it on his desk.
Yeah, I'm never going to be able to tell you what that's about.
Okay, because he seems to be like he's working for, things that are like lodge monsters, or things from a different dimension.
It seems to be connected to the Philip Jeffries stuff, but I can't tell you how.
And
Because I don't know that the Philip Jeffries everyone's talking to is the actual Philip Jeffries.
No, he's not. He's a teapot now.
But that is Philip Jeffries. So some people are in Congress with Philip Jeffries, but other people think they are and they're not. Mr. C definitely is not, but he thinks he's been.
Yeah.
Yes. So is that the people he's been talking to? I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, we haven't figured that out yet.
I don't think we will.
He's sitting there. Oh, it's there because he's the one. That envelope was the envelope that the hitman got, right?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, Ike the Spike. So he is passing on like the hits or something. He's just a flunky. That's the energy he gives.
I know we see him again, but I don't remember.
We saw him sometime earlier too.
I know that he's involved, but we never really get answers like that.
He's a little secretary bitch. He's a bitch for the people in the Lost Highway and the Gorbin Beanzos.
Garmin Bozia.
Garmin Bozia.
He's got one of those David Lynch actor faces, where of course he's going to get cast and everything. Look at him; he looks creepy, right?
That seems like a very mean thing to say, but
I don't think so. I mean, he casts also beautiful people like Naomi Watts and Laura Dern and Kyle MacLachlan. So
they all look pretty creepy.
Oh my God, Machen Amick and Sherilyn Fenn.
Take that.
And Cheryl Lee. I mean, he's casted beautiful people and also creepy face people.
You're one or the other when you're in the...
I think he knows which one he is.
You're right.
Like David S. Melchin gets cast and he's like, yeah, new Dale Cooper. He's like, no, I'm the creepy guy, right?
That's the person I was thinking of. Yeah. No, you're right. He does have the creepy face. So that's why I know he's just a little secretary bitch. He doesn't have like the big bad guy face. He's got I'm the underling for the big bad guy face.
Yeah. And at this point of the show, what's the show about? Because it's not about really anything. The only thread that seems to be going anywhere is that Hawk finally found something.
It's about whatever this other dimension is. That's what it's about. These are like the stories of things that this other dimension touches. And
I think that's been true from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's just that it seems to be winning now.
Right. And there's all sorts of, I don't think there's a big bad guy or a good guy. I think there's multiple parties with multiple interests.
Sure, but I think that there will be a main target.
A main target?
Where these things
a focus for the show?
Collapse into what and we didn't get a lot of Gordon. We didn't get any Gordon in these two. We did get some Albert, obviously.
But just a smidge.
What Gordon, but it's one of maybe the best scene in the whole thing. What Gordon and Albert and Tammy are going to be looking for will connect to what Dale Cooper was doing, will connect to something we're going to see in episode 8.
So it will bring it back.
Where something, and what Mr. C's looking for. Because he's looking for Philip Jeffries, but he's looking for Philip Jeffries because he's trying to find something else. And all those things are the same thing. We just don't know what it is yet. I know what it is because I've seen the show, but we don't know what it is yet.
Right. But it makes sense.
My memories, I haven't watched 7 and 8 ahead yet. I remember everything about 8.
The head's in space.
7 is much more like 6. Just a lot of stuff happening, but like moving forward. Not like 5, where nothing's really progressing the entire episode. 6 starts moving all these things forward. 7 keeps them going forward. And then 8 is like... 8 is the most interesting thing in the show, I think. Well, I could also argue the ending is right as interesting. 8 is a different thing into itself.
All right.
It is the episode when people talk about the return that people point to the most as, even if they watch the whole thing and they're like, I was so confused by what this was and it wasn't what I wanted. They look at 8 and they go, but that thing, that was special.
Shit.
And we're going to watch that as a watch along next week, 7 and 8. And I'm going to have to bring the stuff we can listen to it too, because the sound, especially in episode 8, is very important.
Should I just watch it first?
Yeah, you can watch it first.
But
You don't need to be surprised when it's happening, but I would like to watch it with the sound anyway, because especially when you watch episode 8, you'll understand why.
I'm probably not going to watch it.
No,
I just like to. I'll watch it afterwards.
Okay, yeah. We're going to watch it with the sound because it's very important to episode 8. Episode 8 is a different thing. Everything we've been doing, forget about it, and then it'll change. It doesnit's change everything.
Done.
It's like the one time Lynch goes back and he says, "Let me give you some background on stuff," and it's all in the Lynch way where it's never going to spell anything out. But it's such a fascinating thing with some of the creepiest shit you've ever seen, most beautiful shots you've ever seen. The entire budget of the series went into the effects he puts into this one episode. It's the peak of peaks, in my opinion.
Of peaks.
Although I'm such a huge fan of the last 2 episodes specifically, too, that I
the series.
I put them kind of like the pilot episode of the original Twin Peaks, the last episode of season 2, the episode where you find out it's Leland, the episode where Leland dies, those 2 in a row. Like, those are all high points of the series. Episode 8, episode 6, 7, and 8, honestly. And 8 is a different thing. 8's up here. And then the last 2 episodes, I put them all on that. Like, these are the peak of the peaks. The best of the best. And getting something like 8 when we watch it, I want you to just think about how, okay, I'm watching this weird, wacky kind of show that's not funny. It's dark. And I'm watching poor Dougie Jones try to figure out how to use his dick in the bathroom. I'm like, I don't know what I'm watching for 7 episodes. And then imagine sitting down on a Sunday night and watching episode 8 and going, what the fuck is happening? What has happened? What did David Lynch want to do with the show? Then you get to 8 and you're like, oh, okay. I feel like I'm in great hands here, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Okay, see, I'm not upset at all because I went in with, I had no expectations. There was nothing nostalgic that I was viewing anything through. I'm just here watching it for the first time.
Would you say, after 6 episodes of Twin Peaks: The Return, this is the least nostalgic anybody's ever been for anything?
It has nothing to do with the original series.
It doesn't have anything to do with the original series. And it doesn't call back to the original series, except in some ways it does. Watching Shelley's daughter repeat her mistakes is a natural callback, but not in the way where it's like, oh, I remember that. They gave you 2 thumbs up from Dale Cooper, but neither of them came from Dale Cooper. One came from Dougie Jones, who doesn't understand what he's doing, and one came from Mr. C, who's creepy as fuck. They're almost shitting on your nostalgia for it. Or at the very least, he's telling you it is not important. And could you imagine the people that made like Fuller House? They're like, what's the mission statement for the show? We're going to show them that everything they loved was not important to us. Because that's what David Lynch does.
Are
And
you
I think it's the best decision he ever made.
I'll agree with that because it's not being judged. Well, I guess it was the first time through. It was being judged based on what it was. But
This is a difficult week-to-week watch.
once you get through it, then you're judging it as something separate.
Yes,
And
because it's supposed to be taken as one H-hour thing. Now, I say that there's no nostalgia, or at least a rebellion against nostalgia. But what were the 2 moments that stood out the most in those 2 episodes? 2 words: Agent, Diane. Those are the callbacks. Those are the answers to things. Those are the moments that are nostalgic in a way.
you're right.
And they're the ones that worked. So he got 2 better moments out of 2 words than like Fuller House got out of 6 seasons.
Because you don't pile them all into the first episode.
No, he didn't pilot. He hasn't piloted any of them into 6 episodes.
Because that's true. These things weren't just sitting in limbo for us to come back to. The thing, like the people in Full House, everything would have moved on, and not in like a facile way. Like, oh, I work 2 levels up at my old job or whatever it was I did, and I still behave the exact same way.
Well, we've talked before about that. That's Clerks 2. How I like Clerks 2 fine. It's not nearly as good as the first one, but I like it fine. But there's a fundamental misunderstanding from Kevin Smith. I mean, it's his characters. Do whatever you want to. Although when you get to 3, maybe don't do whatever you want to. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of those characters and where they'd be. There's nothing interesting about them still being clerks. It's just a different store. And especially when the ending is just perfect of them saying, let's buy the Quick Stop and run the Quick Stop. That's a perfect ending for those characters. The problem is they should be in an office somewhere. They should have been like at the Quick Stop for so long that they got bought out by a big corporation. Now they're working, just handling stock things, handling stock orders and stuff. And they hate their lives. That's interesting. That there's a level below being clerks.
Is there something to be said for absolutely nothing was learned throughout the course of the movies?
I would agree if they didn't always end with them learning something. So like they should be,
It's really not much.
they should be whimsical for what they had lost. Instead, they're just doing the same job at a different place. That doesn't really work.
And they hate it. And then their decision is to take the thing they hated before.
Narratively doesn't work. Narratively does not work. You had to change their profession.
So in part 3, do they hate working at the jobs that they bought?
Of course.
Okay.
That's fine.
So that does make sense. Don't they all die at the end of part 3?
Not all of them, but they killed Dante, and it's so miserable. It's just
dream-
miserable.
The dream was finally fulfilled.
They don't just kill him though; they kill his pregnant wife before the thing even started. So you find out he's been alone the whole time. Like it was a disaster. Some disastrous decisions made in that third one. Spoilers for Clerks 3. It's like 10 years old now.
Holy shit, that sounds horrible.
Oh, and he's seeing her ghost everywhere, and he can't move on. It's fucking horrible. That's not how you do nostalgia.
I get that's one take on nostalgia. That's one way of saying, I see what you did, Lynch, and I'm going to do you one better.
I went to bed angry when I watched that movie. Like, I watched it late one night, and I was excited to watch it. It came on VOD, and then I turned it off, and I was just like laying there like, the fuck, man?
I'm never watching that movie.
You shouldn't do those things. Okay, you should do whatever you want to do. And this David Lynch Twin Peaks The Return is proof of that. But I think, like, South Park had it right, in a way, where... Remember the episode they did where George Lucas and Steven Spielberg kept going back and changing all their movies?
Weren't they raping everything?
Yeah, because that was from The Accused, raping Jodie Foster on a pinball machine, so they would take Indiana Jones and rape him on a pinball machine. But the point of the episode was correct. You can't do this. It doesn't belong to you anymore. Once it's out there, it belongs to everybody. So you're just changing things that don't belong to you anymore. Because you can't even get those original Star Wars, right? Although it seems like you're going to be able to soon.
Oh, fine, I'll give them my money.
I think Disney's going to put them in theaters, make hundreds of millions of dollars, and then release them. Although, what's the original one even? What does that even mean to people? He changed that movie 5 times, that first one. It wasn't even called Episode 4 when it first hit theaters. They going to take that out? I doubt it. Nobody can even find a print from that. It was like 2 weeks in, they changed everything again. Who knows? But the South Park people are right. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to everyone once you put it out there. You can't go back and change the memory of the thing. This is a little different because it's your characters and you're telling a legacy story and you can do what you want to do. But I think you should be more protective of the characters than Kevin Smith was.
I don't know.
Because those characters do matter to some people. No. And I didn't realize how much they mattered to me until I watched him rape them. And I was like, oh, I hate this.
Despite you siding with Bobby on a lot of these things, or Chad. No, Chad is the guy you decided to. That means you have a functioning sense of morality. Functioning. I know words.
Okay. There's a lot of examples of this. Serenity made the right choice killing Wash. People are angry about it, and they're still angry about it because they're like, there wasn't even any more. What was the point? The point was, do you remember how terrifying the last half an hour of that movie is when you just assume everyone's going to die? That doesn't work if Wash doesn't die.
This was earlier days of the internet. You told me the spoilers that you knew of because we went to see a sneak preview.
Yeah.
And
I read book and died.
Yeah, but those are the 2 I need. But after Wash died, I was 100% convinced that other people were dying.
Yes. So there's a narrative reason for that to happen because the last act of that movie is horrifying.
The stakes are now...
Everything that happens to everybody, you're like, that's them. That's the end of them. They're all really going to die. It pushes you to the point where they're just wild bunching this. Nobody's getting out of there.
Yep, that's what I thought.
And that works. Now, there's also the wrong way to do it, which I think Kevin Smith did with Clerks 3. But again, they're his characters, so I can only be so mad about it. But it does like reframe everything I watched before, and I'm like, now I don't enjoy the things I watched before. You did a bad thing because you recontextualize things in a way that I don't like them anymore.
That's why you can't ever go back, and that's why you shouldn't make lists or anything. Because
that has nothing to do with lists. Get your list nonsense out of here.
You can't put things down on paper because then that messes everything else up.
Well, my point I wanted to get to is the way to do a legacy sequel, by the time we get to the end of Twin Peaks: The Return, I think is to do it the way David Lynch did it. Be coldly detached from the thing that you're even referencing. Because you can't put too much of what you think into a legacy thing, because then you're not letting anybody else's dreams be possible. So if you're watching Clerks 3 and you're angry like I was, it's because that's not how this story's supposed to end. But it's not your story, so you don't get to say that. But in a way, it kind of partially is your story.
But
Twin
not
Peaks,
anymore.
25 years people spent thinking about what happened with more Twin Peaks. And he gave you something so abstract and absurd that you can debate it for years, which is the thing that you want most. It's the thing that you genuinely want most from Twin Peaks is to think about Twin Peaks. So he finds another way to do it without a way of destroying everything that you would put into it over the years. That's the best way to do it. It's hard to do.
Now, because there's a lot of mysteries here, right? Like, that's what we're dealing with. Just not about Laura Palmer or the murder. It's just everything's like, what? Because we're only given little glimpses of
I gotta
what's
tell you
happening.
something, Pete. It's always about Laura Palmer. And
Okay.
it's going to come around. Laura Palmer is the one.
She could be some kind of anchor being or something, or
When we get to episode 8,
yeah.
there might be a hint of
right, like
importance.
an ultimate force of good. And since there's good and evil, and you can have you can make it a meal of.
I think you're going to lose your mind watching episode 8. It's
Okay.
so
I'm very excited.
it's one of those few things that I can't oversell.
Dude,
It's that good.
if fucking Bill Pullman pulls up in the middle of a scene, and you've been holding out on me this whole time, and this is your way.
Peter Pullman pulled up in the scene, we wouldn't have done this. I was going to lay that on the line for you right now.
Because now I'm kind of hoping that he pulls up in episode 8.
I mean, I
Otherwise,
kind of am too now.
that would be.
No, episode 8 is its own thing. It starts like a regular episode, and then, these music performances keep coming at the
Yeah.
end. One comes very early in, which is very jarring in a way. And then everything
that's not where it goes.
because that's the end of that part of the story, and everything that follows for the rest of the episode is a completely different thing. I liken it to an experimental film that has some of the most iconic stuff in Twin Peaks you're ever going to see. We're going to get some convenience store stuff. We're going to get some woodsmen. We're going to get some fucking creepy shit happening. And we're going to get what I believe is as close to an origin of evil in the world of Twin Peaks as we're ever going to get.
I was watching that. It sounds like there's going to be dark scenes because I was watching this last one.
It's phenomenal.
But for no reason at all, the sun came out right when Albert came on the scene, and he's like in a car at night, and I can't see shit. I had to go hang blankets all over the windows and black out the light so I could see.
It would be darker if he didn't make the choice to put everything after what I'm talking about in black and white. So it's stunningly beautiful instead. In fact, when they put the DVD set out, the Blu-ray set out, they put that in 4K. So you can get a disc that you can watch it in the Blu-ray, but you can also watch it in 4K because they're like, we had to remaster this episode because it's its own thing. Because it really is like a 45-minute short Lynch film in the middle of Twin Peaks. Now, how connected is it to everything that's going on? Very.
Of course.
But it's from a completely different perspective and a completely different time and space of just understanding how he viewed a lot of things that would be lore that we'd never even talk about.
Okay.
And it's so good. And I think it might be his finest hour of, his finest 18 hours.
All right. I want to go. Let's do it.
I'm excited. Yeah, next week we're going to watch episode 7, which is a lot more like episode 6, which was a lot of fun. And then we're going to get our minds blown by episode 8.
All right. I'm excited. I'm going to figure this out.
When I watched episode 8, I remember I went outside and walked my dog for a long time, just trying to process that this has just been on television. And I got back in and I saw, looked up AV Club or somebody else, just like a review of the episode. And the first line was, I think we might have just watched the greatest episode of television ever made. I was like, I agree. Because it would be up there with any movie I ever saw.
Okay. Oh, Nick Cage news.
Oh, boy.
No, it's just Longer Legs 2.
I know. I thought he was making 4 more movies and he was out.
I feel like there was a Nick News where I looked it up not too long ago. He said he had 4 movies and we were in double digits at least since he made the announcement.
Is Osgood Perkins directing it or
Yeah.
is he just producing it? Yeah, that's always, you got to wonder.
I
Although
want to.
he makes movies pretty fast now. I think he probably would direct
I
it.
want to say that it was directed. The 2 of them were coming back.
Because they're making the Gladys prequel too.
What was?
for
Oh
Weapons.
yeah, I heard about that.
But is Zach Kreger directing it?
I don't know.
I
about
never heard that.
No.
Now, is it going to be? I think it might be. I don't know if she's coming back because I don't know how long ago the prequel's taking place. But I know she said that she would like to be involved. So maybe it'll be one of those things where they can frame and device it around. Just get me some more of that. I mean, she won that Oscar too. Fucking badass.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
We'll
it's
see.
pretty cool. She won that Oscar.
No,
That's
I bet.
it's a bit of a makeup for the Demi Moore thing.
Yeah, a little bit. Yes,
Yeah.
but they both earned it, as far as I'm concerned.
I think Demi Moore should have won that Oscar. I think it's no question.
If I remember correctly, she did.
But I was so happy to see Amy Madigan win that Oscar.
I was just thinking about. I don't know if the prequel would be any good at all because her performance is just so great.
Kreger's made just good movies so far. He's got the new Resident Evil coming out this year.
he's doing a Resident Evil, you say?
And they said two things I've read about it. It seems like it's not coming out this year because I haven't read anything about it actually filming, but it's on the schedule for this year. He said that the best thing ever was that they just said, do whatever you want to with it. It's like, so what I did was I spent like the next several months doing nothing but playing Resident Evil games. So I think he might have gone too far with this one, but he's a great director and a great horror director. So I think he's gonna nail it. But how much do you even want to stay anywhere in the storylines of those things? Now, I think you could make a good Resident Evil 2 movie.
I think,
but I don't think that's what he's doing.
Yeah, you could
do anything. They've literally done it between a TV show and 9 movies. They've done everything.
Right. I was just going to say, if you want to use like the legacy characters, that's fine because they're fun characters to have.
I'm so curious what he comes up with because he's a really talented writer and director.
At this point, I would say I don't even want them to be like a remake of a game.
What a coup for Capcom to get the guy coming off Weapons.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, they must have signed him up before that, but Weapons was a gigantic hit.
Isn't Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat.
That's the foreign version. Mortal Kombat 2 is probably out by the time this is out.
Yeah.
It's coming out. Now, the funny thing about Mortal Kombat 2, this is one of my favorite things. The trailer, like last December, it was supposed to come out in like January or February, the movie. And the trailer was such a big hit, they moved the movie to the summer because they're like, oh, we got something big here. And it's like, so wait a minute. People were really interested in your movie and you said, let's not give it to them. So now I hope it bombs. Because movies can't make money in January. Megan made like $100 million in January. You'd be fine.
You know what? That seems like the perfect time to make all the money because there are no other action, fight, blow 'em up movies happening.
I'm going to point out, Megan made $100 million in January, bombed in July. Mm-hmm. So be careful. Be careful what you wish for. So you had people piquing their interest, and then you said, let's move the movie 7 months back.
Slow it down.
We don't want to give it to you now.
You guys are too excited. You got to calm down to watch this movie.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Also unbelievable. Next week's episodes, when we cover...
All right, I'm ready. I'm in.
Episodes 7 and 8. And I got one question for you, Pete. Got a light?
I don't know what that means.
You will next week. We'll see you for Twin Peaks: The Return, episodes 7 and 8. Watch along.
Ooh. And watch along as we find Bill Pullman in real time.
Yeah, there are probably some guesses you can make in 7. 8's going to be a little harder to guess.
Well, he's not always in every episode.
That's the first thing you said about it, I believe. We'll see you next week.